Hello, my friends. Today I am back to recap everything that I watched and read in the month of July. As usual, I'm going to be discussing all the movies I watched, all the shows I watched, and all the books I read. Which, spoiler alert, it wasn't that much because this month I actually went away for a week, and in that time I didn't watch or read anything. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The first film I saw in theaters was I Know What You Did Last Summer. This is the remake or the reboot, whatever you want to call it. I have never been overly attached to the original story or franchise that these films are part of, so I didn't really care about the reboot. But having said that, the ending was so bad that I was very disappointed because the beginning and the middle act were actually really decent and I was having such a great time with it. And then we got to the end. It wasn't just the killer reveal, it was the scene at the end when the two girls are talking on the beach. I don't want to give anything away, but if you've seen it, you'll understand why it's so bad. It has very poor script writing. And whilst it was great to see some of these legacy characters return, like Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character and Jennifer Love Hewitt's character, I don't think it was executed as well as it could have been. I then watched The Woman in the Yard. This film did not come out in cinemas where I live, so I had to wait for it to come on streaming. It's about a woman that shows up in a yard. It's pretty much in the title. And this broken family have to decide how to deal with her and their own inner demons. This is a very dark, dark film. I think most of you would know now about the controversy surrounding this film. A huge trigger warning for unaliving yourself. I understand why it upset so many people. And for me, my biggest letdown wasn't so much that aspect of it, but rather that it just wasn't scary. I wanted it to be so much scarier than it was because if you look at this picture of the woman in the yard, it's very creepy and unsettling, but it wasn't really like that in the film. Also, the mum in this movie was basically abusive. She yells a lot at her kids. She isn't nice to them. She neglects them. She barely acknowledges their existence. I don't know. I just didn't really like this one. I then watched The Iron Claw, which was the movie pick of the month that I do with my mum and my sister. My sister picked The Iron Claw. I wouldn't normally watch a wrestling film, but that's the point of the movie club. It helps you branch out into other genres. And honestly, I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's based off of a true story about a family with a very tragic history. You almost can't believe how unlucky they are. However, as you watch the film and as it progresses, you realize that a lot of the tragedies are not so much from bad luck, but poor decision making and generational trauma. I think Zac Efron did an amazing job in this role. He really carried it, pardon the pun. And I think this is a really important, deep film that can really be unpacked. It's quite layered. Then I watched Push, which is a new horror movie to Shudder. This is a pretty run of the mill horror movie. It is about a woman who is heavily pregnant and she is doing an open house. And at the end of the day, she finds herself trapped with a psychopath. And she has to evade him, but also give birth at the same time. Like, giving birth is hard enough. And then you have to do it whilst on the run from a madman. It's very unrealistic. I mean, there's no way. There's a lot of scenes where, like, she has to be quiet, but she's in labor. And it's like, there's no way. I've been in labor. I know. But it's fun. It's a slow burn cat and mouse game. I think that it's worth watching. I would say give it a go. I then watched Happy Gilmore 2 with my husband. We both really love the original Happy Gilmore, and I have been seeing so many negative reviews about this movie, and I don't understand it. It's not that bad. Like, is it as good as the original? No, not even close. But it's not that bad. It's quite funny. It's a good time. I don't understand why people are being so mean about this movie. I felt like we were back in the good old Adam Sandler days again. I thought it was really fun. There were so many guest stars and really laugh out loud moments. I don't think it deserves the hate that it's been getting. And the last movie I saw this month, literally last night, was Together, which is a new body horror movie. This is about a couple that are going through some tough times. They're sort of distant from each other, they are in and out, they're on the rocks. They are played by Alison Brie and Dave Franco, who are a real couple. And one day they land in a pit and they become infected. And this infection brings them together in the most extreme way possible. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give it away, but the body horror was so good. This is a very scary movie. It is scary. We had people screaming in my cinema. It is very disturbing, but I love that they keep pushing the boundaries. And just when you think they can't push it anymore, they do. And it's very well acted. It's also a comedy. It's actually quite funny in parts and it has a couple of twists and turns. So I highly recommend it. I think this is going to be one of my favorites of the year. Okay, now for TV shows, we finished the final season of Squid Game. It was very heartbreaking. It was very sad. I think it was done well. I think they wrapped it up as best as they could. I'm going to miss it. I really love this series. I think it's phenomenal. I know they're going to bring it into the US now, so it'll be interesting to see how they do that. But I don't think anything can beat Korean cinema. I just think Korean movies, Korean television shows, they're so good. They've never seen a bad Korean movie or television show. Then I finished the first season of King of Drag, which I absolutely love. I've been talking about it a lot on here. It is an all drag king competition. Finally, we've been waiting for this. Everybody's been waiting. We finally got it, and it was amazing. So worth it. Please go watch it. It is on Reverie. You can download it for free. And on the opposite end of that spectrum, I finished All Stars 10, which was absolutely woeful. I have a whole blog post coming out about why it didn't work, why it failed. I've made multiple videos on here that you guys seem to love, all about why All Stars 10 did not work. There was so much riggery, there was so much favoritism. It was just a hot mess. And unfortunately, at this moment, it is my least favorite Drag Race season of the year. And now for books. As I said, I was away on holidays for a week, so I have no time to read, but I did finish The Long Walk by Stephen King. I've always wanted to read this, and the film comes out next month, so I'm really excited to watch the film adaptation. If you didn't know, this is a very Hunger Games dystopian style story. It's about a competition where 100 boys are selected and they all just have to walk until there's one left. If they go under the speed limit that they're meant to, or like the pace limit, they get shot. There's no finish line. It's just walk until you're dead, until there's one left standing. And whoever wins, whoever's the last left standing, gets a prize that is basically whatever they want. It's their true heart's desire. It's a bit slow paced in the book. I am looking forward to the movie. I think the movie will execute it better. But you know what? It's very enjoyable. I think it's very well done and it's heartbreaking. It's, it's what you expect. It's not a happy book. It's very heavy in its content and in its nature. It makes you wonder why anyone would even volunteer to be part of this, because this is a voluntary thing. They don't have to do this. So yeah, it's a lot. But I think the movie is going to be amazing. And that is everything that I watched and read in the month of July. Guys, August is going to be great. We have Weapons coming out. I'm hoping to see Eddington, the new Ari Aster film, and I'm hoping to read a couple more books this time around. So, guys, please stay tuned, and I'll be back next month with my wrap up for August. Let me know what you watched and what you read in the month of July, and I will see you very soon.